Hi, this is Kay back from Orange Cat Crochet, just with my final video on just assembling your bunny. So as you can see here, each bunny has its own little personality. On this one I put the ears together a bit closer together, and then on this one a bit further apart. So it's up to you exactly where you place the bits. So do it however you want to make your little bunny have its own little personality. But this is just to show you basically where I put things as a rough guide that you can work on from there. So at this point you should have all your components made up. So you'll have 2 ears like so, you'll have your 4 little arms and which work out as 2 arms, 2 legs, and then you'll have your pom-pom tail and your main body. So what we're going to do first is we're going to put on the arms and legs. So for this you'll just need your needle out of your bag, a pair of scissors, and your first 2 feet. So you should leave a long enough tail on the ends when you've made it to just be able to attach it. So you just want to thread your needle with the tail to start off with, like so, of your needle. And then if you look on my finished bunny, we're just going to attach them to the bottom. So you just want to attach them quite firmly, and you want to do it around the round 2. So the front of it matches, and then they go at a slight angle off from there. So how we're going to do that is we're going to first of all just position our feet and just check how they look. You kind of want to make it so they go at an angle from that round 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it in to our body and back out like so. And then we're going to work in a bit, because you want to make sure that they're nice and secure into the body. So if you look, if you work into the stitches, you can kind of hide the end of your body, of the tail, into it so you can't see it. So then you just want to come out again on the outside of your foot like so, and just go around the stitch, the very edge, and come back out like so. So it's all about just hiding them ends into your little bunny. And now we're just going to work along them stitches at the very end here. So we just want to now work up through each of them stitches and out into through to your bunny underneath. If you look, we're hiding that into the bunny, and you can just keep turning it over just to make sure you're happy with the positioning. If you want the feet to look slightly bigger, you can just move them out slightly. I find that's a good positioning there, like so. Ooh, and I've lost my tail. And if you look, it just makes it so it stands up quite nicely when you've got the little bit sticking out. So you just want to then, if your needle comes undone like mine has, you can just re-thread it. It's very hard to do this onto a camera. And then you just want to make sure you connect them corners up nicely. Ooh, I've lost my thread again. Like so. So then what you can do is when you get to this point, I'm just going to cut the end of my one, so it's just been a bit temperamental, like so. Let's re-thread it. There we go. So you just now want to work that tail in a bit more, just to make sure you catch that foot nicely into your bunny. The securer the better you make your feet. I'm just doing mine roughly on this one because it's just a demo bunny. And then once you've finished it off enough times, just take that yarn into the body once you've secured it, and just take it through, and then you just chop it. In amigurumi, I always do my ends like this because it loses tails into the body. Just want to give it a little woggle, make sure it loses the tail into the body of your bunny. So then, with your second feet, you just want to do exactly the same. Thread your needle, like so. And then, from the bottom of your bunny, you're just going to angle it exactly the same. Start it at the beginning of there, and then attach it in exactly like you did with the last foot. And take it through both sides, and you kind of want to make them look like they're in like a little bit of a V pattern, so you get them exactly the same on each side. And if you look, because you're stitching with the same and you're going into the stitches, it's really useful because it just hides that yarn in if you work around the pattern. Making sure you're securing it, all the way across and then back along your stitches. And when you're doing the bottom, I always find it's best to catch through both the stitches with your needle and then go into the stitch below, like so. Like so. So that's my little bunny's feet. So then the best way I find to just secure your yarn at the end is just to create a little loop as you would in normal stitching. Just pull that loop up a bit, put your hook through it, and then pull it tight, and then you can just take that end like I did with the other one, give it a squish, just pull it through the body, making sure you don't disshape and squish your shape, but then just pull it a bit tight so it loses that end into the body with your scissors, like so. So next we're going to do the arms on our little bunny. So to do these, just get your arm and your needle, and you're just going to attach it to the body at the top of the arms, like so. So if you check my one out here, what I've done is I've gone from the attached it to the stitches at the top of the eye, so it's level with the top of the eye, and then I've counted 3 stitches across. So if you look on this side again, there's 3 stitches and it's level with the row at the top of the eye. So that is what we're going to do with the arms. So get your first arm, thread your needle as normal, like so, and then we're just going to attach it 3 stitches across and level with the top. I find on this one I like to work backwards forwards, so you're just going to attach it there, hold it with your thumb, making sure you keep it about 3 stitches back. And then how I'm going to work these rounds is I'm going to take it into the top of that stitch, and then I'm just going to go through that part on this row higher, and then I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to go into the next stitch, oops, sorry, keep knocking my camera, and then I'm going to go into the next one, and I'm just going to keep working along that row until my arm is completely attached. So into that last one, just going to take it in, then I'm just going to tie it off. Just give it a bit of a pull to make sure it's nice and tight, and then I've tied that one off. So I'm just going to lose that thread through, and this time I'm going to come out the bottom like so. So that is his little arm on that side attached. So I'm just going to cut that thread, and then I'm going to do my last arm and attach that onto the other side. So there we go, that's his first one. So with the second one, I'm just going to count back 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, just check it's level with the other side, and then I'm going to stitch that on again via that row, like so. You can see I'm just going through the stitches on that row and into the top stitches on my, that shows it quite clearly there, arm. And if you want to, you can do 2 rows, go back across, or you can do it once, whichever way you want. And if you look here, I'm just right to the end, so I'm just going to do that, make a little loop, so not pull that through completely tight. I'm going to take my needle through that loop and then just pull it tight to fasten off. And then I'm going to take that back through the bottom of my bunny, and that then gives me my second little arm. So let's just fasten that off. So that is our start off point for our little bunny. So that's getting him like this one here, with the arms and the feet attached. We've got our little bunny so far. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the ears. Now the ears are a bit more tricky, so we haven't fastened them off by folding them and attaching them yet. So how we're going to start this is we're going to work along our bunny, and kind of like how we crocheted, stitched it up, we're just going to go very roughly stitching through both sides, just to give it a little bit of a fasten off. So keep going along that part of your bunny, keep going across and stitching like so. Then, to make it a little bit more of an ear shape, we're just going to fold and pinch that bottom corner like so, and then we're just going to work a stitch through both sides of that part of the ear like so, and just stitch across that little bit there. So if you see, that creates our little bunny shape ear. Now it's up to you where you want to position it. If you look at this one, I've done that one quite close together, across round 2 and across. But on this bunny, I've done it quite a big gap between. So it's entirely up to you where you position your ears. But to attach them, what you do is you hold your ear down, you put your first needle in to your bunny and then you pull it through like so. Then you kind of just attach it by putting lots of stitches in and just holding it in place. These are a bit more tricky, but you just keep adding stitches with your needle and your thread all the way around that base of that ear until you have them attached where you want them, like so. So you just keep doing your ears, placing stitches in to keep it in place like this. And with this bunny, I'm going to do my ears quite close together, I think, on this one. So keep going. And just keep adding to the shape you want them ears to be. Like so. So there we go, that's my bunny's first ear. I'm just going to take that thread in and then out again. On the opposite side, like so. There we go, that's my first ear, and now I've got my last ear. Like so. So again, just sew up part of your ear. You don't have to do this step, but I just find it gives you a better finish on your bunny ear if you do it. So keep stitching it, keep stitching it, keep stitching it, then gather it together at the very end, like so. Just to keep your shape, give it some strength. Again, if you'd rather have your ears not pulled in, then you can do that with your bunny. It's entirely up to you. I think it just adds a bit more strength to the bunny if you do that. So this one, I've worked over the centre circle, and I want to put his ears really close together. So I'm just going to work this ear in at that point. So just attach your other ear, and that is how we attach our ears. Just keep doing that, and if you want to come back, I'll do another video on how we attach the tail to our bunny.